Hi, and thank you for visiting my channel. For more information, kindly subscribe and follow. Now let's get started. Roman Reigns came out to talk in the main event of WWE SmackDown and had something to say to fans. The star made an interesting declaration. He said that he didn't need the help of Cody Rhodes or Nick Aldis, and added that he had not changed and would not change. I don't want to confuse anybody. Some things change, but not me. I don't need him, I don't need some contract. This is family business, this is bloodline business here. I don't need a partner, I definitely don't need the help of Cody Rhodes. Roman Reigns went on to declare himself the only tribal chief, Ula Fala or not. He dropped a statement saying it was his ring and his WWE. Let's just get one thing straight, whether I have my family's Ula Fala or not, I am the tribal chief. And I am not only the original tribal chief, I am the only tribal chief. And don't ever get it confused. This is my ring, this is my show, this is my WWE. Cody Rhodes came out to interrupt him. The WWE champion said that it had been Roman Reigns' ring and Reigns' WWE, but it was no longer the case and that it had not been so since WrestleMania. Both stars dropped their mics, but before things could get further, they were interrupted by Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. They were attacked from behind by Tama Tonga and Tanga Loa, but Reigns and Cody dealt with them quickly and faced off against each other again. The two then ended up forging an alliance as they signed the contract for the tag team match against the Bloodline. The two are reluctant allies, as neither wants to work together. The thunderous anticipation filled the WWE universe as SmackDown kicked off with a show-stopping surprise. Roman Reigns, the self-proclaimed head of the table, was about to deliver what many believed would be a standard address to his loyal bloodline, but things took a dramatic and unprecedented turn. For weeks, rumors swirled around Reigns' leadership, with murmurs that new challengers were eyeing the top spot, looking to usurp him. The bloodline had already begun to splinter, with Jey Uso's shocking departure and Solo Sikoa's quiet but brewing discontent. Still, Reigns had managed to keep his grasp on power. Or so it seemed. As the lights dimmed, and Reigns' familiar theme music echoed throughout the arena, fans knew something was different. His entrance was slower, more deliberate, and as he stood atop the stage, his trademark confident smirk was nowhere to be found. Instead, Reigns appeared deeply focused, even burdened. Flanked by Paul Heyman and Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns made his way to the ring with purpose, his eyes flickering with intensity. A bold declaration. With the crowd eagerly awaiting his next move, Reigns grabbed the microphone and stood in the center of the ring. The tension was palpable as the tribal chief gazed out into the sea of fans, their chants alternating between cheers and boos. Reigns, however, was unbothered by their divided reaction. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is my show. This is my company. I am the only tribal chief, Reigns began, his voice heavy with authority. The WWE universe erupted, with some fans cheering in support, while others voiced their doubts about Reigns' absolute claim to the throne. The tension between Roman and his remaining bloodline members had been building for weeks, with rumors of cracks forming within his ironclad rule. Reigns was well aware of this, but tonight, he was prepared to do something that no one expected. People have been whispering in the shadows, questioning my leadership, doubting the power of the bloodline. Well, I'm here to shut those whispers down once and for all, Reigns continued. Let me make this clear, I am the only tribal chief. At that moment, Roman's eyes shifted toward Solo Sikoa, who stood stoically beside him. The tension between them was subtle but palpable. For weeks, speculation had run rampant that Solo might be considering a move against Reigns, potentially aligning with new forces looking to challenge the tribal chief's reign. But tonight would tell a different story. The shocking arrival. Just as Reigns seemed to be preparing for his next line, the arena lights flickered, and an unfamiliar but powerful theme song began to play. The crowd, confused and excited, erupted in curiosity. Who could this be? The Titantron flashed with the name of a wrestler not seen in WWE for years, Jacob Fatu. Gasps echoed throughout the arena. Jacob Fatu, a dominant force on the independent wrestling scene and part of the legendary Anoa'i family, had long been whispered about as a potential rival to Roman Reigns. His return to WWE was an unexpected shock that left everyone, including Reigns, momentarily stunned. Fatu, standing at the top of the ramp, smirked confidently as he surveyed the scene in front of him. The connection between the two men was unmistakable. Both hailed from the same Samoan dynasty, both carried the same bloodline, but Fatu had always been on the outside of Roman's rule. Now, it seemed, he was ready to challenge for his rightful place in WWE. With the crowd roaring in anticipation, Fatu slowly made his way to the ring. Reigns didn't flinch. His eyes locked onto Fatu's, the intensity between them mounting with every second. The two titans stood face to face, the weight of their shared heritage heavy in the air. "You're not the only one who's been carrying the family legacy," Fatu said, breaking the silence. "You call yourself the tribal chief, but you've forgotten one thing, Roman, you don't get to decide that on your own." The WWE universe was buzzing with excitement. The stage was set for an epic confrontation between two members of the most powerful wrestling family in history. But what happened next would stun everyone in attendance. The unexpected twist. Just as fans expected a brawl to break out between Reigns and Fatu, Reigns did something no one could have predicted. He stepped back, his expression softening ever so slightly, and extended his hand toward Fatu. "Join me," Reigns said, his voice low but commanding. "Together, we'll make sure no one else ever challenges the bloodline. We'll show them what real power looks like." The crowd was in shock. Roman Reigns, the man who had ruled WWE with an iron fist, was offering an alliance with Jacob Fatu. Many had assumed that Fatu's arrival would signal the beginning of a war within the family, but instead, Reigns was proposing a partnership that could potentially solidify his control over WWE for good. Fatu stared at Reigns' outstretched hand, the tension in the air thick enough to cut with a knife. After what felt like an eternity, Fatu slowly extended his own hand and clasped Reigns. The crowd erupted in a mix of disbelief and excitement. A new alliance had been born. The bloodline reforged. With Fatu by his side, Reigns turned back to the crowd. "Now, more than ever, the bloodline is stronger. You all thought this family was falling apart. You thought there were cracks in our foundation. But this is the beginning of something even greater." Paul Heyman, standing on the sidelines, looked both relieved and thrilled by the turn of events. Solo Sikoa, meanwhile, gave a small nod of approval, seemingly content with the new addition to the bloodline. Roman Reigns had done it again. In one masterful stroke, he had not only declared himself the only tribal chief, but had also brought in a powerful new ally in Jacob Fatu.